Futures were limit up this morning, which basically means that it has hit its threshold for a big giant gain. So all of you have experienced limit down, many of you for the first time, 2 times in a week, which I don't think has ever happened in history. But there's also limits on the upside. So futures evidently hit that and went limit up. So there's possibility that the market closes for 15 minutes if it hits its 7% threshold. And so let's not rush out of the gates. Okay, let's not rush out of the gates and be anxious. I will guide you through this as best I can. It is not surprising at all that the market is seeing a powerful open after its largest day down in history. You guys know what I teach you. Where is everything now in relationship to their key moving averages? Picture this in your mind. Where is the market in relationship to its 200 period moving average? Far below, right? So what's the greater odds once you get that far away from the key moving averages and opposite move? You guys know this. Should be ABCs to you right now. All right. So the odds of a snapback, right, are very highly likely, especially after a record day decline. All right. One last thing. When a big bar happens far away from moving averages, what do I call that elephant bar? When a big elephant bar starts and forms far away from the 20-period moving average, what kind of elephant? That's an exhaustion elephant bar. So yesterday was the biggest exhaustion bar in history. All right. You guys, you got this, right? You got this, right? It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. You're more prepared than almost all of the world is. I'm telling you. That is your position right now. All right, guys, let's go. Let's do this and we're recording up here. Oh, let's do it. All right. So not surprising that there are gaps across the board. Okay, I would say in most cases in volatile markets like this, you definitely want to be a trader who allows the full 2 minutes to form. The anticipation plays are far more unreliable. Okay, you can't let yourself feel as though you're going to miss something because you just didn't get into the first bar. We got all day, right? So right. Right. Okay. Most things look like they're holding. Okay, there's the 2 minute mark. Microsoft's held well. AMD has held well. JD's coming off a little bit. Guys, why don't you try JD short side? Let's see what happens. Stop out above the day's high. See what happens. It's not a big loss. Don't do anything big size here, guys. Don't do anything big size. Let's just try a little short there, JD. Now, I don't think today's a market where you hold on for big moves. I think the market is likely just to have a whippy go back and forth type of day. So you want to shrink things to let's say you want to shrink things to two push moves. You know, all right. Let's see what happens there. But like I said, the market's likely to operate in a bit of a confused fashion here. So what I mean by that is not really know which direction it wants to go in. All right, guys, I'm going to try this Microsoft short here. I'll stop out above the highs. We'll see. I'm not doing anything big size. All right, so there's a quick 800, 500, whatever it is. There's 1,000 right there.
Waterfield.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Waterfield.
Why not? You want to give it to me? Why not? I'll take it. I'll take that. I will take that, Microsoft. Thank you. I will take that too. Boom. All right. So quick 2,100, almost $2,200 in the first 4 minutes. I will take that. Will you take that? All right. So JD inching down. How many of you got the JD? Did anybody get the JD? You took that too, David? Nice. All right, cool.
Order cancelled.
Good job. Microsoft. Some of you took. Awesome. Still going down. All right. Awesome. I want you as calm and cool as a cucumber, you know? You know what to do. You know the events that you should play. You know your locations. You got this.
Waterfield.
However, do we range the location from the gap with the 20 and the 200? JD dropping nicely. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Like, do I range it? Do you mean, do I split the gap in half? Oliver, should we go for a 50% gap fill, or should we use another target? Well, guys, remember, let's talk about this for a second. All right, now, let's say you got 2 lots, right? You can take a lot off and then use you can take a lot off here, put slots and change into your pocket, right? And then on your other lot, let's say, you let the market decide. You see, targets are a plus and a negative for traders. So when you come up with a target, that is a form of ego saying, I know when everything stops and I decide when the game stops. So you're bordering on ego with the target. But so what's the opposite of you coming up with a target? Letting the market take you out. So you know, you're, hey guys, yeah, no, I got knocked off. I got knocked off. Let me get everything set back up here for a second. I'll finish what I'm saying. Give me a minute here. Okay, Microsoft continues to decline. JD continues to decline. So let me finish telling you this, what I'm saying. Let me get some charts up here. So I'm saying that, so when you come up with a target and you end the play entirely, that's ego trading. You've allowed ego to take control of the trade. Now, I'm okay with ego handling one lot or a part of the trade. That's not a bad thing.
Order partially
right?
filled.
But
Order filled.
you do typically want the market to take you out, because what I found out is if you let your stop system take you out, that stop system outperforms you over time. Not every trade. Some trades you say, oh man, I could have gotten more if I got out where I was thinking about getting out. But that's the ego trying to trick you into thinking that the ego is consistent. No, what's consistent is your method is the same every time. That's consistent. So if you allow your method to get you out of the final trade, you will find over time that your method outperforms you, outtrades you, earns more money than your thoughts do. I think I should kill the trade here. I think I should close out here. That over time loses to your method. Some of you understand this, guys. Do you understand? The targets are a plus and a negative, right? Right. So even if you achieve the 50%, should you get out just because it's 50%? No. You should let the market get you out. Now, if you have some shares to spare, you can, let's say you got 2 lots. If your stock hits the 50%, okay, one of those lots you can decide to take. You're the decision maker. The last lot, let the method be the decision maker. All right. JPM, what's going on with JPM? Nice little drop there. Yeah. All right. Cool. Don't you love this game? Don't you just love it? It's amazing. It's amazing. So can JD, can you use bar by bar stop now? Yes, you can use bar by bar stop now. You're a nice distance away from your entry. So once you get distance away, yeah, you can use bar by bar. Now, the thing is, if you got 2 lots, I would use bar by bar on one, not on all of it. Because you know that stocks, when you create a wall like this, they bounce and then drop lower usually, right? Well, we nailed this one though, guys, right? We nailed it. And so see what I'm saying? See how it's going past the 50% mark? So if you're saying, oh, 50% you kill the trade, you miss out on this. This is why I'm saying that your method tends to outperform. Now, what kind of bar is this? What kind of bar is the current bar in JD? Somebody let me know. Exhaustion. There you go. You guys know this. You don't even need me anymore. You just need to do it. That's all. You just need to do it. That's all right. You don't need me anymore. You just need to do it. Richard says it's calming with me here. Well, yeah. I mean, when I'm here, you get pulled into my calm. Yeah. Because I'm never, ever moved by the market, because I'm not trying to guess anything. That's when you can be moved, when you're trying to anticipate or guess. I'm just reading what it is. Like I'm reading a book. I'm reading the bars. The bars are words, and I'm waiting for something to happen that I know. JD, top tail, far away from the moving average is short. Like I don't have to be excited about that. Yeah. So now you're getting some green because you had an exhaustion bar. So all of these things, guys, listen, there aren't many things to learn. It's really kind of crazy, right? Like so many people throughout the world think trading markets is a complicated affair, but it's truly simple. There aren't many things to perform, to know. But I was talking about this to a group, I think yesterday, maybe the day before, but anyway, I was saying that there is this tendency to be delusional about your accuracy. So even though you know what I teach you, you actually trust what you think more than what I teach you. That is why you have difficulty doing consistently what I teach you, because the trust in what you think and what you feel is still higher than what I teach you. You don't trust it yet. And so this is delusion, because your trading records are living proof that you should not trust yourself, right? But even though you have living proof that I should not trust my thoughts, I should not trust my feelings. In fact, I should probably do the opposite of what I think and feel. That's what the black and white numbers tell me, but yet you still trust yourself. This is ego, ego, ego. Despite its terrible record, it is still egotistical about itself. And so there has to be some moment when you make this switch. The switch is I can't trust myself anymore. I can't allow myself to do my thoughts and my feelings, to react off of them. I have to deny what I think. I have to deny what I feel. And I need something that replaces my thoughts. I need something that replaces my feelings, something that I can count on, something that I can rely on. That is your trading plan. And it should be written out in front of you. So whenever you get pulled away by a thought or a feeling, you say, no, 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 no. You look at that trading plan. What does my trading plan say do now? You get this urge to kill the trade here. Wait. I'm not going to react off that urge. Let me go to my trading plan. And what does my trading plan say I should do now? It is this back and forth, checking yourself and going to the plan, denying yourself and going to the plan. It is that process that kicks into gear a cleaning. And that cleaning starts the whole transformation. That you start having to check yourself less and less and less until one day you're not checking yourself at all. Because there's nothing to check. The ego's gone. But first, it is the going back and forth. And it is that going back and forth, checking yourself and going back to the list, checking yourself and going back to your trading plan. And that back and forth is necessary. That's the cleaning process happening. It is my job to guide you to the transformation point. The point where you have enough experience, and that experience transforms who you are. You see, listen, you can't trade well until you first change who you are. You can't stay the same. I don't care whose method you have. I don't care who's teaching you. It will not work for you. It will work for your mentor. It will work for your teacher, but it will not work for you until you change who you are, because the power of any method or plan comes from the user of the plan, not the plan itself. And so this is why one person can take what I teach them and make a fortune, and another person can take what I teach them and lose a fortune. Two different people. So it is my job to guide you every single day, to be there with you step by step until the transformation happens, until experience builds up to the point where it changes who you are. You can't stay the same person and be experienced. It is experience that transforms who you are. But if you quit before that point, obviously you'll never see the light of day. If you get frustrated and stop before the experience turning point, that is the beauty of this program. It allows you to gain your experience, which involves losing first without destroying your family, without ruining your finances. So you can reach that point without being devastated, because it is a devastating journey for many. I know. I lived it. Now guys, take a look at the JD. You see how, all right, you got that pause. And this is why I say, if you do bar by bar, you should only do it on one lot, not everything. Because you know, after giant red walls like this, the up move is usually temporary and you move to a new low. You know this, guys. Keep reminding yourself. You know this. It's nothing else for me to teach you anymore. You just have to do it. Of course, there are little things that will come up, right? Little nuances that you say, oh, I never heard that before. Yeah, so in that respect, there are things. All the nuances can't be taught in a day or a week or whatever. But you got 80% of it, and that's enough. Nice, Roman. You completed your first 20 trades. I like it. 7 errors and $312. Lovely. Lovely. All right. I'm curious. I want to know. I'm curious, traders. I want to know who's making money. Who's making money today? ¿Quién está ganando dinero con Oliver? Yo. I love it. Making money. Beautiful. Haciendo dinero con Oliver. Como siempre. I love it. If it's feeling complicated to you, you have become lost again. You got to bring yourself back, because this is not complicated. It's red bars, it's green bars, it's two moving averages, and it's distances and spaces. It's kindergarten stuff, you know. But it's natural in the beginning to get lost, to get confused. But you got to bring yourself back to the basics. Oh, the position from the gap is measured from the closing price. That's what the gap is, right? The gap doesn't start from the moving average. It starts from yesterday's closing price. Jonathan, you understand? So Jonathan was asking the question, how do you measure the gap? Is it from the moving averages or from the closing price? It's from the closing price of the prior day. All right? All right, guys, so nice trade on the JD. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful trade on the JD. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jonathan. No. What you're saying is, do we measure here? I understand what you're saying. You're saying when you're judging position is from the fat 4. You understand? Off the open. It is not from the gap. I'm sorry I misunderstood your question. Position is measured from the fat 4. All right? So your fat 4 is here. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to my Epic Pen. I can't bring this thing up. I'm going to have to uninstall it and reinstall it again, but not now. But anyway, so your fat 4 is here. Top of it is down here near 3860. So you are way above. All right? Now, guys, let's put this together. You see, when you keep this game about people, you don't get as confused as people who approach this game from a mathematical or numerical fundamental point of way. To me, it's the stupidest way. It's always been the stupidest way for me to look at the markets fundamentally. I've always looked at the markets from a people point of view. This is why when people tell me, Oliver, what should I study to become a good trader? Psychology. And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you should study psychology. Yeah, you should understand what moves people, what drives fear and greed, because that's what moves the market, people. So when you look at things from a people perspective, you don't get as confused. So check this out, guys. This last week in particular, this whole period has crushed millions of people. It has wiped out large amounts of retirement funds, people who have no control over their money. They couldn't take money out. It's just, it's horrible. I mean, I'm making one of the biggest killings of my life, but it's still hard not to be saddened by what people are experiencing that are just unaware, untrained, uneducated, but have money in. And so I want you to think about someone who's lost 50% of their wealth and how on a morning like this, they get 17% of it back in the form of a gap. What do you think there's a strong urge to do? I was down 50%. I got back 17% to sell. So the odds are higher that a gap that is already in position 3 far away from the moving averages to fail. It's already high odds to fail because it's so far away. But when you add the fact that the world has been crushed the day before, the any gap up is immediately, let me get at least some of this crushing that I experienced yesterday back. And so when you approach things from the people perspective, right, it starts making sense. Hi, Jim. Awesome. Love the game. Do I think the market is going to drop for a total reset? What does that mean, Michael? Do I think the market is going to decline again? Or just go up forever, you mean, from here? What are you asking? Michael, you know this. Why are you asking me questions that you know? Okay. All right, guys, let's help Michael out here. All right. Market has the biggest and fastest 20% decline in history. What kind of red is that? What kind of red is that? Violet, right? Okay. Now, what kind of bounce happens after violence? What do I call that bounce? Dead cat, right? So do you trust a bounce after a violent decline? Do you trust it? All right. And after the dead cat bounce, what normally happens? New low. Guys, you know this. You know this. I taught you. You just have to use it and do it. You know this. Don't get fooled by anything. Turn the news off if that confuses you. Turn it off. You're not going to miss anything. But you will be the calmest. You will be amongst the calmest out there, guys. I promise you this. I taught you to be this. You will be the most prepared. The world is shocked and confused, and you're not. I want you to think about the value of that. It's crazy. And I'm not just talking about the novice world. That's obviously always going to be confused. That world is always confused. I'm talking about the professional trading world. Don't give the professional trading world more credit than it deserves. The vast majority of professional traders are idiots too. I know. I've not only taught them for 12 years, I've worked with them all my life. 80+% of all professionals, 80+% of all professionals underperform the market every single year. They're idiots too. They're crushed. Ella, you caught a whale? Ella, you went whale hunting today? What? Let's check it out. All right. That's a beautiful setup there. Did you play that Bear 180? Oh, that's QCOM. I'm sorry. That QCOM nice too. Ah, okay. I see it. You showed it the red bar. Played the first pullback and got your way. All right. I see you. Nice. When can you play the trap zone? I'll give you a couple quizzes here. Quiz questions here. When is it okay to play a trap zone? Violence? Yes. Violence makes the trap zone disappear. Good. There's one other thing. That's right, Del Rey. When your trap zone is wide, not narrow. So let's take a look at an example, right? So look at Roku here. See, the trap zone is wide. It's nearly $2. Well, no, wait a minute. What am I talking about? It's 3, it's 4. That's a $4 plus trap zone. And you open in the upper extreme of a $4 trap zone. All right, you got your 200 overhead. So the best direction to play in the trap zone is in the direction of the 20. So the 200, I'm sorry. So this is a perfect trap zone play. You got $4 downside potential. You're opening up in the upper end of the trap zone, and you're using the 200 as your best friend. Wow. Love these kind of setups here. Love them. Love it. JR, you see this in video? That thing trying to do there. Did you try to trade in XOM, Ella? Did you try to short in XOM? Is it for me? Let me see. Probably not. No, I can trade it. I can short it. Yeah, no, my level 2 is a little different from yours, but yeah, I'm sure. Wow, nice, guys. Should you be scared that should you be concerned that the 200 on your short is going to stop the downward move? Should you be concerned that here? Or no? Why? There you go. Violence makes everything disappear. I love it. You guys know this. You know it. I love it. So I got some news here, guys. I am concerned for the safety of all of my traders, my followers, my event goers. I have canceled 4 events, including the one I'm here to do in New York this weekend. So I canceled my mentor me this weekend. I will be at the NASDAQ simply because they set up a special display for me in Times Square. But so I'll be doing that today. But I canceled that. I canceled 3 events in Mexico, and we'll just see where things go from here. Yeah. But I want you guys to be safe. I want you to be smart. I know there is a tendency on some people's part to take light of this because there are greater death numbers for aspirin than there is for the coronavirus. So more people died from taking aspirin every single month. I mean, by an astronomical amount. And every other sort of things, right? More people die from mosquito bites. I get it. But the concern here is that the mortality rate, especially in a certain age group, is astronomically higher than all of these things. So out of every 100 people who contract it, a higher percentage will die than the regular flu, than a mosquito bite. Out of every 100 mosquito bites, maybe 1 person dies. Out of every 100 people who take aspirin, maybe 1 or 2 people die. Out of every 100 people who contract this, an astronomically greater number of people die. And so if a sports stadium starts spreading this during a 3-hour game, because a couple people had it, you got 40,000, and they start affecting, you can have millions of people in a very short period of time have this. So it's not about what the numbers are now, it's about containment. You understand? And so let's just be smart, keep our hands clean. I hear that it's important to keep your mouth and your throat lubricated. So every 15 seconds, every 15 minutes or so, sip on some water. Water, if you happen to contract it in your mouth, the water will wash it into your stomach where it cannot live in that acidic environment. And so the acid from your stomach will kill off the virus. So regular water drinking throughout the day. Washing hands every hour, sanitized, don't touch your face. Keep a comfortable distance from most people if you can. And like my dad said, Oliver, every time you leave that front door, you got to spend money. Every time you leave that front door, Oliver, you come back more broke than you were before you left the door. So stay home. That's my dad. He's just telling me. He's got a point, right? The whole system's designed to take money from you when you leave your house. To stay home. Yeah. Awesome, Sergio. Guys, I want to let you know you're amazing. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your dedication to this craft. Thank you for your trust in me. I just thought I'd tell you that. All right, I'm going to leave you now. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Be careful. All right? Don't trust too much on the upside. There's nothing wrong with playing the upside if an opportunity happens. Just don't trust it to go so very far. It might, but don't. Be skeptical on the one side. All right, I'll be doing my NASDAQ thing today, and then I am out. I love you guys. Stay safe. Ciao for now. Boom.